All right, Ruben wants to know, Anomaly, what do you think about Puerto Rico?
It's interesting because I did a report a week ago and finally the mainstream media caught up. They put out that 4,000, 4,650 people died. And that was a total fake news report. It's an estimation, but what they did is they went to 3,200 houses and it was Harvard. And keep in mind, Harvard just gave Hillary Clinton a Transformative Society Award, like she did
Yeah.
something special. And they did a segregated prom. I mean, they self-segregated themselves. So they're clearly politically charged. They went to Puerto Rico with some Democrat and doctors and, did the study, asked 3,200 households for 10 minutes about gender. Do you know anybody that died? They found out that 32 people died. And then they took that number and multiplied it by the population of Puerto Rico and then said, oh my God, 4,600 people died, even though they didn't even have proof that one of the people died out of the 32 that they asked people. So that whole investigation was a politically charged sham to make it look worse than it is. But I do think that,
okay, so
I think more than 64 people died from backlash. But it sucks because this is like the Trump derangement syndrome. I don't think Trump's perfect, but you have people blaming him for the infrastructure. Like my friend, I had to block him because he's yelling at me saying, dude, the infrastructure is bad. I was like, that wasn't Trump. Yeah, I'm like, dude, Trump didn't build the infrastructure of Puerto Rico, bro. So it's like people are more concerned with trying to frame Trump than they are with helping Puerto Rican people. So more people than 64, I think, are dying and suffering. But I don't think it's as bad as it. Like they're trying to use it as a political prop instead of actually human resources.
Some people are, sure.
A lot of people.
Okay. No, and I'm certainly not here to say that Trump derangement syndrome isn't a thing. No, of course it is, man. I mean, you're not going to, I get called a Trump sympathizer all the time. And I do not like Trump. However, what I refuse to do is I refuse to let the entity that is Trump disconnect my critical thinking skills.
You're a good man for that.
Huh?
You're a good man for that.
Oh, well, thank you. But yeah, and honestly, like I refuse to do that. I oppose Trump for the same reasons I oppose any Republican, because his policies are all just Republican policies. He's surrounding himself with all the same people. Is he a bit of a loose cannon, comparatively speaking? Sure. Does he have a kind of out there background, comparatively speaking? Sure. Does he speak less subtly? Yeah. Is he unintentionally unmasking some stuff? Sure. Am I glad that if we're going to have a demagogue, it's an incompetent one as opposed to a competent one? Yes. That's why I'm opposed to impeaching the guy, because I know that we'll get Mike Pence, a competent sociopath, as opposed to an incompetent one in Trump. However, that doesn't mean I'm going to go, oh, let's let Trump just burn it down, because he doesn't have any intention in doing that. Nor am I going to give him any credit that he doesn't deserve. I think he's just a PR specialist who won a bet with some of his rich friends, and he's kind of happy about that. I don't think he has any intention to really unmask our system. Now, if he takes his mask off and it turns out he was Andy Kaufman this entire time, An0maly, I'll buy you a beer.
He's it's all good. We'll have a beer anyway, but
we'll do it anyway.
He's exposing I love Andy Kaufman too, but he really is. I mean, when it's all said and done, I mean, Trump, I think he's going to be the best president in modern history. I think what he's doing as far as exposing the intelligence communities and putting us back in a position to actually have a free government with the help of, Bernie Sanders, where he's calling out lobbyists, he's calling out media. You had Trump put on a ban of lobbyists, a permanent foreign ban of foreign lobbyists, a temporary local ban. It's life changing. I think he's really underrated. But with the Puerto Rico stuff, for the question, I think it's worse than they said. It's worse than the number 64.
Do you think his response has been adequate? Do you think that he has been a responsible leader in regards to Puerto Rico? I would say no. Do you think he has been?
I think he's doing better than the media is saying, but I would have to go there and see for myself, because if even out here, like the reality is, if I talk to 20 people on the street, they're going to say 20 different things. So it's like, I talked to 10 different people in Puerto Rico. My supporters in Puerto Rico, they say it's not that bad. They say they don't know a single person that's died, and the media is overreacting. Sometimes people will message me and say, An0maly, it's worse than the number 64. People don't have water and so it's hard to tell. I would have to go there and see it for myself, because you can't believe anyone anymore. Everyone's got their own perspective, and so many people do have that derangement syndrome. So I do think he's doing an adequate job, but I don't know. I don't know to what extent, the problem is. I'd have to see it.
Okay. All right. And yeah, I'm certainly, I certainly agree with you. The media is not doing an adequate job in reporting it either. I mean, when it comes to media, we're totally on the same page as far as the corruption of the corporate media. Hey guys, thanks for watching. That was a clip from Get Your News On with Ron, the world's first viewer-curated streaming news show. What does that mean? That means I log on to a stream and people tweet me articles over on Twitter at Ron Placone, or they use our Reddit subsection, which is just Get Your News On with Ron over on Reddit. And that's how we build the show. I'm seeing all these articles for the first time. We are literally getting our news on together. Follow me on Twitter at Ron Placone so you can participate. And this show streams live every Tuesday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please do tune in. If you want to support this show, you can do so over on patreon.com/Ron Placone, where for as low as $1 a month, you get access to exclusive podcasts every week, exclusive videos, free tickets to shows when I'm performing in your town, and more for as low as $1 a month. Please do consider it. Thank you so much for your support. This has been Get Your News On with Ron.